Hello, I'm Sorospa, and today I'll be your humble guide through Final Fantasy IV. When we last left off, we were on the moon. I've been doing a few things on the side, mostly making up for the stupid things that I did earlier. Um, Mostly involving losing my save data, progress. Not all of my data, that would take a little bit longer to get back, but I went back to the Sylvan Cave and dealt with that, um, and I actually did a little bit of grinding, not all that much, just a bit more than what we would have gotten from having gotten both the Sylvan Cave and the Lair of the Father in one go. And the reason I did that is um, so that Rydia wouldn't learn Lightning 3. And then we can deal with this boss fight. And once we've beaten Odin, we can make a clean break with the Earth, which is basically the reason why I started off here. Um, it felt like kind of a waste of time to start the episode back on the moon, only to immediately leave. So I might still wipe a couple times, because one shot from Lightning 3 isn't quite enough to kill him. What I should have done is cast it slow on him, but I forgot. But if we can just keep dealing the damage, then we should be able to pull this off. I hope. The good thing is if you do wipe, it doesn't drag on. So that's nice, at least. Odin at least has the courtesy to kill you quickly. And... yes, okay. Excellent. That was perfect. And I guess I did kind of skip over the opening dialogue, so hopefully you didn't miss it from last time. So, now we're saying goodbye to planet Earth. Until the ending, I guess. But we, the player character, or me, the person controlling the controller. I don't know. Now I'm just babbling. But yeah, for the duration of the actual gameplay, we're not coming back to Earth. We're going to ascend into the moon to beat up a dude with mind control powers, as you do. Now, if you're like me, you probably guessed that I would have been tragically underleveled for beating Bahamut, but the good thing is that in an unprecedented move, beating Bahamut is less about your level and more about your strategy, and I'll get into that once we get there. First, we're gonna go to sleep in one of these awesome sleeping pods. This is like the best part about having the lunar whale. Well, aside from being able to go to the moon in the first place, I guess. But seriously, being able to just sleep without having to buy any cabins or stay at an inn is pretty freaking awesome. You can take it with you, so it's just right there whenever you need it. It's seriously the best. Jesus Christ. This is gonna be messy. Was it this way? Yes, okay. Fortunately, the Lair of the Father is not that big of a dungeon. Though speaking of big dungeons, I did actually try to prepare a little bit, well, first of all, I actually checked that I could beat Bahamut and Odin. So that was definitely a good idea, because if it turned out I couldn't, then this might have been kind of an awkward episode. Not that it isn't already an awkward episode, but I'm capable of doing that all on my own without help from playing the game badly. And I also checked out a map of the Lunar subterrane, the final dungeon, and I legitimately actually went and tried to prepare, but that dungeon has 8 floors. 8 of them. And they're so big that the place I looked up had all 8 maps on separate image files, which means, Jesus, I couldn't even take in all that at once, so I'm just gonna have to mostly wing it. I mean, I got an idea of the general structure, but, you know, we're gonna have to make do. Anyway, I don't mean to interrupt Bahamut here. Alright, time to get the final summon. So there's good news and bad news about this fight. The good news is that we can actually beat this fight without too much difficulty if you know what you're doing. And there's a hint in one of the books in the whatchamacallit, in the Land of the Monsters. It tells you to reflect Bahamut's power back on him, and that's exactly what we're going to do. That's the good news. The bad news is that everyone else is going to die. And I think we should have time to put one on Rydia, and Rose has got one. Everyone else, they're dead. Sorry to say. Not really much I can do about that. I think there might be other means of putting walls on people, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, they're kind of fucked. Maybe we can get Kane to jump out of the way. No. No. Oh, sorry guys. And I think that might actually, we might need to recast wall. I'm not sure. I mean, if Bahamut gets hit by a wall, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. So we don't really have time to bring them back to life. So, yep, they're just kind of screwed. But I'm fine with that because Rydia has the lowest level out of the entire party. So she could probably use the extra XP. Oops. That was stupid. Not gonna lie. That was pretty dumb. I didn't really think that one through. I'll be perfectly honest. That's completely on me. I hope that Carlos doesn't die. Oh right, I can't cure her because she's got a wall. Well, fuck. Not gonna lie, that could have gone better, but, you know, could have gone worse. I didn't wipe. Weird thing is, I remember in a previous fight, Asura, wasn't it? Where, the wall on the character seemed to last a really long time. So I don't know what happens that's different. If it's like... No, it was the wall on her. So do walls on our party wear out faster? I don't know how that works. This is where we could really use an indicator of some kind to tell us. But, I guess we just kind of have to deal. Definitely, this was... I probably should have actually healed the party. If I die right here, that would be really embarrassing. Yeah, kind of like that. Just almost exactly like that, in fact. That would be really stupid. and terrible. So yeah, that was entirely my fault. Fortunately, we didn't lose that much progress. I am on a streak here, guys. In terms of fucking up. I should have just... Well, I should have healed the party, and I should have saved as soon as I left the cave. Wow, okay. I think at this point, it's officially time that I have lost the LPing crown. I have to give it up to the next nearest person who is capable of playing this game. So I'll do that as soon as I find someone. That might be difficult though. In the meantime, I guess I'll just have to keep doing it. Jesus, the encounter rate. I actually, when I was leveling up a bit, I killed one of those giant robots. They're freaking tanks, man. There's an encounter with 2 of them in there. God damn. Anyway. Back to killing Bahamut. And a virus. And so I guess he takes less damage if we don't get at least two portions of it reflected back onto him. So we should make sure that Rydia and Carlos both have the wall. So okay, so I promise that this time I will somehow manage to not screw it up. So did this... So Carlos got hit by the nuke, the second one, so does that mean that it actually wore off while we were waiting for it to be cast? That's weird. I really don't have a good understanding of how long this thing lasts. It seems to be kind of inconsistent at times. So, I don't know. Sorry, Kane. Just look at it this way, guys. This is your punishment for the whole "you girls have to leave the ship" scene. And wall. And virus. Now, to be fair, what happened after I beat Bahamut wouldn't have happened if we hadn't run into the occurrence of getting back attacked in like the one encounter we were going to have on the way back to the ship. Which doesn't seem to be entirely my fault. It's just the game fucking with me. Holy shit. Well, there you go. Okay, walking back to the ship, take 2. You know, I should have known that at some point in the LP, I would have finished a boss fight and then died on the way back to a save point or a healing point, I guess. Speaking of which, let's bring all these losers back to life. Get out of here. We have places to be. We have final dungeons to beat. Freaking 8-floor final dungeons. So let's see. If I recall correctly, in order to get to the Lunar subterrane, we have to go back to that palace, I think. Let's wander around the moon a bit. I mean, the place isn't that big. Also, hold on. There's a little Easter egg. Gotta show off as many of those as possible, right? If I can find it. I'm not gonna spend too much time looking, it's just kind of a minor little fun thing. I'm never gonna... This isn't... Ah, wait. See that? See that? Hold on. I'll park. It's a face. It's actually kind of an Easter egg connecting to the, God damn it, all I want to do... Of course they would put monsters around the tourist trap. That's such a obvious thing to do. It's a reference to when people thought they saw a face on the moon. And it looked just like that, except it looked less like a face once the resolution got better. But I thought that's a fun little reference. So yeah, there's not that many places on the moon. Now let me think. We get here by going around here. Jesus, this place is freaking labyrinthine. It's a main entrance. It's yes. There we go. I think this is it. Oh well, I guess we'll figure it out. And let's go. So when I said that we took care of all the side quest stuff, that is mostly true. And the fact of the matter is that there is actually a quasi side quest thing inside the final dungeon. There's actually a lot of stuff in the final dungeon, being as ridiculously massive as it is. And the big thing is that there's a set of ultimate weapons, and each ultimate weapon is guarded by a boss. And to be honest, I never really bothered with them much, just because every time I usually tried to get the weapons, I got killed. They're pretty badass, despite mostly being recolors. Are we gonna see those in this run? Probably. What I'm split on is whether I actually feel like doing that before we confront the final boss, or as post-game stuff. Mostly because, I mean, I kind of want to bring resolution to the plot and everything, and if we do it as post-game content, then I can just skip the whole grinding process. But then maybe I don't need to skip the grinding process. I'm having trouble wordsing at the moment. Apparently I'm not at my tip-toppest. So let's see, is this the right way to go? The crystals. The crystals talk. I mean, I suppose that it's up to me if I decide I want to skip the grinding. So it depends on what I want to do. I'm not sure I would have any particular plans. I can't think of anything I'd want to talk about like I did with the other one earlier. That's something I can think about. I mean, I'll probably have a whole week to plan out what I want to do there. Oh, come on, that's wide enough for a person to walk through easily. This whole thing about the crystals talking is kind of brought up out of nowhere. In fact, you might not even notice if you don't actually walk up and talk to him. Okay, I guess. Although you might not even know that that's the crystals talking. I admit, not one of the game's standout special effects. Kind of grates after a while. Okay, so let's see. First of all, there's a bunch of hidden tunnels everywhere. I want to fight these things? I don't know. I'm never sure how much time to spend on the random encounters. It's like I don't want to be underleveled, but then again, stuff like that happens. Kane gained a level. See, weak is such a cheap spell. I mean, it's not even necessarily that it kills you, although obviously you can't die when you're at 1 hit point. But it's the fact that just one casting and all of a sudden, you've got to heal up your character completely. It sucks. So we're gonna end up poking around a whole lot of areas of the cave. Hopefully it would be actually kind of nice if I could manage to confront... Try not to spoil things. If we could confront the final boss this episode, although we might not beat him. We probably won't beat him. But you know, you could kind of see what's. God damn it! I should have known this was gonna happen. And they're the freaking big ass things too. Whoops! Why did it default to the back one? It's freaking weird. Jeez, that's a lot of emissions. These aren't very green robots, are they? And of course, Kane misses the healing, as usual. Let's virus this guy. Yeah, if I take the time to fight all these encounters, this is gonna be a long, long trek. So, probably not gonna do that. Jesus Christ. This is pretty much the point in the game where the encounters stop pulling their punches. Another reason not to fight every encounter you get into is the fact that you're just gonna get frickin' wrecked. No joke. I actually kind of wonder how much encounters you're expected to fight in a normal course of the playthrough. Because they kind of scale the encounters pretty high in terms of difficulty. And definitely in terms of how much they can wear you down. So it almost doesn't seem like you're expected to fight all of them anyway. Especially considering that. What was I gonna say? Especially considering that running away is so easy in this game. I mean, you can just run away without even bothering with the enemy most of the time unless you get back attacked. Okay, that's an improvement. So it's kind of weird, because I mean, I end up running away from a lot of encounters, and I still end up being able to get through the game fine. So I really don't know. I do think that if they do expect you to run away from a lot of the encounters, it's probably a sign of maybe not so great encounter design. They probably could have fixed that problem by lowering the encounter rate so that the player feels less plagued by encounters. Yeah. As I've said multiple times, this is one of the places where I feel that this game is less successful in is how it designs its random encounters. It's probably could have been handled a little bit better. Although, when I think about it, I'm not sure I ever realized just how freaking high the encounter rate is in this game. And I think that actually playing this on camera where I'm aware at all times of what's happening on screen has kind of heightened my awareness of just how much encounters I'm getting. Because, I mean, if you're playing by yourself, a lot of the time it can just be kind of like, you know, you run into an encounter and you're just kind of like, whatever. And you just run away. But now I'm aware that people are watching what I'm doing. And so I'm kind of noticing just how many encounters I get into. What's all this about, anyway? I'm not gonna get one single treasure without a fight, am I? They're gonna make me just, wrench every single treasure from their cold, dead hands. Probably gonna end up burning through Rydia's MP, doing this kind of thing. Oh, come on. That is blatantly unfair. Come on. Carlos's MP is our biggest lifeline in this dungeon. You can't just... Jesus Christ. That's not freaking fair at all. God damn. Did I mention the encounters stop pulling their punches? Because they do. You know, Drain is kind of less impressive than Psyche. We're gonna have to find a resting spot fast at this rate. Or just not fight any monster that's not hiding inside of a chest. God damn. Oops. Was it life? Does this actually have any effect on her casting? I'm not actually sure if it does. Cecil got frickin' whomped. Alright, boy. I can tell this is gonna get ugly. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's one of those ultimate weapons. I don't want to touch that without having saved inside the dungeon first. So we're just gonna make a note of that, and I might come back for it later. There are ones that are a little less out of the way. Maybe I can kind of show those off. Although I may not succeed. We'll see. It would be nice to have for the final boss, but considering how tough the actual bosses guarding it are, that kind of seems to be just putting off the problem. If we're strong enough to acquire the weapons, we're probably strong enough anyway to handle Zemus. Jesus. God damn it. Half of this episode is just going to be me swearing at random encounters. Let's actually get on with the actual getting into the depths of this area. Oh yeah, I gotta show you one of my favorite enemies in the game. It's just a matter of when we run into it. It's an enemy called, I think in this translation it's called the Tricker. And I friggin' love the Tricker. It's seriously the best. There's gonna be monsters in this one. I just know it. Alright, well, let's do this. Well. Egg on my face. Okay. This game's just blatantly screwing with me at this point. I'm not even gonna question it anymore. Jeez. Alright, trying to think of things to talk about. This is the disadvantage of just going through one gigantic dungeon. Is there's less to comment on than if plot is going on and stuff. Which there's going to be, you know, there's not much plot between here and the bottom of the moon. Aw, jeez, this place is big. Okay, that's a dead end. That's a loop, I guess. That's the weapon we saw. That's probably the way forward, and that might actually have a monster in it. I guess we'll have to see. No? Now it's just, as soon as I resign myself to fighting a monster the entire way through just to get any treasure at all, it just starts giving the stuff away. Okay. I'm not gonna complain about it. Although, I wonder why armor for Cain specifically. You know, when you get right down to it, when I think of all the people who need more armor, I'm not really thinking of Cain. Get my drift. Dude's already the most heavily armored character in the game, and actually seeing him legitimately die is pretty freaking rare. Why don't we get some heavy heavy armored dude? I should just start this episode over at this rate. No, I'm just kidding. Heavy duty armor for Rydia instead. Yeah. If I'm gonna be serious about this whole Let's Play thing, I ought to get better at speaking. I ought to take lessons so I can talk good. It's hard to focus on talking good when I'm running into a monster every 2 goddamn steps. Jesus fucking Christ. Luckily, we are making pretty good progress. We're on B4 already. I think that the easy part will be getting to the bottom. Well, okay, that's not true. The easy part will be getting mostly to the bottom. The hard part will be actually getting all the treasure out of this massive dungeon. Is this a save point? No. This almost certainly has monsters in it. I mean, look at it. Why aren't we running away? Why aren't we running away from this thing? Why aren't... Guys? This is really weird. Isn't this a... What the fuck is going on here? Okay, this is legitimately freaking me out, because I could swear... No, that's a different thing. What the fuck is going on? We can't run away from this thing. Can we heal the Doom status? I'm thinking probably not. Okay, that freaking weirded me the fuck out. But I guess we can just life people. Why can't we run from this thing? Because this game enjoys fucking with me. Come on, just die already. Come on. It's kind of eerie, too. There's not even any kind of real animation. They just drop dead. It's freaky. This is gonna cost me a mint to heal, too. It's a good thing I stocked up on on lives, too. God damn. Wow, I was tense through that entire fight. That's freaking weird. Stop, don't do that again, game. That freaked me the fuck out. With my luck, there's probably gonna be one of those inside the chest. That actually does happen. I'm not sure if I'll know whether to laugh or cry. God damn. Okay, so let's see what is in this chest. Wow. I'm legitimately surprised there wasn't a monster in that one. I do think we're close to a save point, though. It might be this one. No? No. Hold on. Is this the only way forward? Yeah. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's close, though. God. This game just does not give me a break. Monster? No. Of course it would. Now it's making me look like a paranoid. Man, what I wouldn't give for a repel. Cure 3 is kind of an underwhelming item to have. Have we gotten those before? It's also weird that it doesn't... It gives it a different name, or gives it the same name as the, There it is! Jesus Christ! Are you kidding me? Fuck you, game. A behemoth? How did you fit a behemoth in the chest? Can you tell me that? Look at that thing. That's like 100 tons of muscle. You're telling me you want me to believe that you stuffed that thing in a box and had it sit on a treasure just to screw with me? Is that what you want me to believe? Really? Because that's complete bullshit. And you killed Rydia. You monsters. Come on, this is silly. Oh well, once I've blinked everyone, we should be fine. Cecil, why don't you learn Blink? Why don't you learn anything useful? You're the worst white mage ever. I know. He's not really meant to be a white mage, but it just kind of sucks how his white magic becomes pretty much useless by the end of the game. Now, we probably should fix that. Why did I keep using Virus on that guy? It's useless. Damage. It's a good thing it's cheap, because Edge got his MP sapped too. Okay, I think that one was the last behemoth. Alright? Alright. God. This really feels like a final dungeon too, because like I said, like, there's just all these things that happen that get you really tense and on edge. Whoops, that was a waste. Yeah. So let's see. That was where I left from. This leads us down to... I think I'm gonna hurry for a save point, and then we'll come back for that chest. And that one. We seriously need to rest, because Rose's MP is gone. Pretty much. That looks like a place. Are we gonna be running into more of those fatal eyes? I really hope not. Is this a save point? Come on, game. Making me look like I don't know what I'm talking about. And I really need the save point, too. That's also a thing to be concerned about. Yeah, God. That's a dead end, yeah. Where's the save point? Come on, come on. Come on. Don't do this. It's not right. Is this the save point? No, it's not. It's not the save point. What the fuck is this? It's nothing. Literally nothing. Okay, I know there's a save point here. It's right there. This is it. I think, maybe. Fuck. You're fucking kidding me. Okay, well. We can't run from these guys, so I guess we don't really have much choice. Maybe we should try using Odin on them. Maybe the instant death thing is a hint that we just need to cut them in half ourselves. Come on, Odin, get me out of this. Yeah, you suck. I guess we just have to get out of it by being hyper-aggressive. Although I guess the good thing about having two of them is that if they both cast on the same person, it resets the counter. On the other hand, now everyone's dropping dead. Except that Rosa's not dropping dead. This... Okay, that was weird. You sons of bitches. You've gotta be kidding me. You're casting fast on us? It's freaking sick, man. This is quickly getting into a serious situation here. Let it be known, officially, that I really, really don't like these guys. For fuck's sake, let's start bringing people back to life. Really glad I stocked up on lives. Jesus. Fucking die already. And Life Cane. How much health do these bastards have anyway? They're really kind of canceling out their own effort here. Come on. We need to take at least one of these guys down. Okay, one down. I really need to get to a save point. I'm missing out on all this treasure, too. Kind of falling silent here, too, because I'm trying to focus on this. But the upside is that I used that on the wrong person. The upside is if I focus, maybe I won't die. Come on, Edge, you can't die. We need a meat shield here. Jump! Jump to safety, Kane. Didn't quite work. See, this is where I don't really understand the ATB system. If you watch the numbers on their heads carefully, they count at very uneven rates. And I don't entirely get it. It seems like there's a lot of nuances to this system that aren't really very well explained, that I kind of wish I understood better, especially in times like this where my character's lives literally depend on it. Come on, I was trying to drain some magic from that guy. Okay, well, that kind of sucked. We can't really afford to heal everyone fully. Hold on. Cecil, be our magic battery. God damn, you suck at this, Cecil. This is the longest healing session ever. It's good enough. Is this the healing spot? I really hope it is. No. We're missing out on so much treasure, guys. How deep do we have to go? I thought it was close. No, the save point is like right at the very bottom. It's one of these ones. I remember now. Whew. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of on edge. Not the character. I mean, I'm nervous. Alright, so let's go back and plunder some of that treasure that I skipped in my desperate attempt to escape death. Have I mentioned how glad I am that I have like 50 cabins? Because I'm really glad for that right now. I think after all of that, I'm just gonna run from every single encounter that it will let me run away from. God fucking damn it. We're gonna have to have a talk about this game. A long, serious talk about this encounter rate, because it is unreasonable. Really? She's all the way in the back row. You suck. You suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck. This might be my most profanity-filled episode yet. which makes sense, considering that we're on the most terrible and difficult dungeon in the game by far. That didn't work. Somehow when virus fails to work, my mind just kind of conveniently forgets that it happens. Can't imagine why that would... What the fuck was that? What the f... You just saw that, right? Heroin? Hey, maybe we can beef up her armor. Oh, that's good too. What's Carlos wearing? Sorcerer. But Rydia has less health. You know what? I have had a change of heart. Considering we're running low on time, and apparently I have gotten Cecil drunk. But no, apparently, really can't talk. But since we're running low on time, I figure that since we're not gonna beat the boss anyway, then I may as well just go for broke and get us there. And we can afford to waste cabins, just to see it. And next episode we can start mopping up all the treasure I skipped, and then maybe seriously attempt to work up to being strong enough to beat this guy. But we're around level... We actually did a lot better than I thought we'd be by the time we got here, so that's actually pretty good. I think I will leave the poking around for the legendary weapons for next episode. Any one of these treasure chests could be trapped, so I'm just gonna skip them to save time. Trust me, we're gonna be back here for sure, because this is the last save point before we take the final plunge. And I'm not gonna survive the final boss, I'm pretty sure. So, this is it. This is the lair of Zemus himself. This place is pretty different, and it's also different in the nature of its encounters. Oh yeah, that's the boss music, because every single one of the monsters in here is a stone cold deadly badass, and we're going to run from all of them. Trust me on this one, we are, because they're nasty. So I kind of had some theories about why this place looked this way. Okay, I take back everything I ever said about behemoths. There are infinite behemoths living around Zemus, so that's nice. Although, I don't know. All my theory and fan speculation stuff is kind of in flux, so I'm not really sure. But looking at the background, what it actually kind of looks like, although it's hard to comment on it because it's going away every 5 goddamn seconds. Jesus Christ. We might legitimately wipe trying to walk to the final boss. Aren't you smug, Kane? Holy shit. Apparently that thing just like chomped into our money supply before we ran away. We got these things, why don't we just use them? We're not gonna survive this anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it looks like this might be the core of the moon, Uh, and which makes sense if we follow my speculation that this whole thing is actually basically evacuation ship from the rich. Jesus fucking Christ! Holy shit! Well, that's fortunate at least. So I kind of wonder if all those little dots we see in the background are actually stasis pods, which that kind of makes sense. But considering that this place looks like this weird kind of crystal area, and the rest of the moon looks kind of natural, like natural caves and stuff, I kind of wondered if maybe this place had been twisted by Zemus's psychic abilities into some kind of ultra dangerous, monster-filled, horrible... Okay, that's true about the rest of the moon too, but I don't know. Considering how little explanation is given to the nature of this place, you could speculate a lot of things about it, but I couldn't really say one way or the other. Alright. Let's do this. Holy... You haven't seen that yet up to now, I think. First word spoken by our villain is silly. That's... well... kind of silly. Oh, good job, guys. Let's go home. Thank you for that insightful commentary as always, Edge. I'm probably a little too harsh on Edge, but on the other hand, I think he's kind of earned that at this point. Oh, this translation. I was to get Zemus. It's usually better than that. I wanted to kill the final boss. Hey guys, is that supposed to happen when a Lunarian dies? I'm thinking probably not. Wow. This guy's such a stone-cold badass that getting hit in the face with meteors heals him. Oh. See, it's endearing when Palin does it. But then he's 5. I'm not sure exactly if they ever explain where this crystal comes from. It's obviously not one of the 8 crystals, because, I mean, they're still up on the surface. Welcome to the psychedelic final battlefield. I freaking love this thing. Look at it. They made this with the Super Nintendo graphics with all this freaking awesome weird background stuff. It's so freaking cool. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that Cecil has to do this. So Zemus isn't gonna do anything until we use the crystal. And possibly there are ways to take advantage of that. But I'm just gonna get this on the road, especially since we're running a little bit long already. I don't even want to talk because I fucking love this final boss music. It's seriously amazing. I might actually just, when I finally actually get around to beating this guy proper, I might do just an all-out silent battle for this, because the music is amazing. Is that gonna kill us in one hit? No. Although it did put Kane in ailing condition, which is kind of impressive, actually. But I actually wanted to talk a little bit about what Zemus is. Because as with many things, the game is a little bit vague about that point. So the question is, what is this thing? It's said that it's Zemus's hate, and I think I have actually heard complaints from people, kind of along the sort of typical trope that the final boss just kind of comes out of nowhere. You know, we've never seen this Zemus thing before. And that seems kind of weird to me, because it seems kind of intuitively obvious to me that Zemus is Zemus. And when you think about what we've seen in the past, it makes perfect sense why this creature came to be. We know that Kluya, Cecil's father, ended up dying, and when he did, his spirit settled on Mount Ordeals. Clearly, some property of the Lunarian race allows their souls to go on influencing the world past their deaths, which is obviously something that that Kluya took advantage of, and it's possible that it needs to be a particularly powerful Lunarian in order for that to work. And it's pretty clear that Zemus is pretty powerful, and so it kind of seems not all that surprising that with as much psychic power as he has, that his soul was able to take a corporeal form, just because of the sheer power of his own psychic abilities and his overwhelming hatred, which of course becomes Zemus, which then blows the crap out of me in a weird metaphysical plane. And I actually did better than I expected to, because I survived Big Bang, more than one in fact, so that's pretty encouraging. And with a bit of leveling, I do think that we might be able to take out Zemus in fairly short order. So with all good luck, maybe we can look forward to finally pulling that off in the final, maybe, episode of this game. We'll have to see, but I hope to see you there.